That's your thumbnail right here.
Oh my god, that's gonna be at the start of the video. I promise you, it's gonna be at the start of the video.
Do it. Do it.
How did I live in a kingdom of thieves? People who say things they don't really mean. Oh, you're probably everything I in between.
Okay, what's up, guys? It is me, Noir Lilbomber. Today I have a very special guest, my friend Samurai Kibiji,
Hello.
and today we're going to be talking about the plethora of information and stuff we got recently at Tokyo Game Show in regards to Kingdom Hearts 3. So, Tony, you want to start with any opening thoughts?
I want to let you know that I don't know. You might be more well versed in this than me because, yeah.
I have an explained series, so I should be well versed.
Yeah. Well, wait. What'd you say?
I have an explained series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean is, I haven't heard too much about interviews, but I think just basically it'd be best to touch at one thing at a time, I guess. But I mean, the obvious thing I would say is just let's hit that freaking trailer, you know. And I don't. And when you hear me say trailer, you know what I mean by the trailer because they at the start of the show, well, not at the start of the show, on September 18th, they dropped what is arguably, at least to me, the most like in-depth story trailer that Kingdom Hearts 3 has had, and it was big, and we got an extended version of Don't Think Twice in that, and there's so much that could be said in that, and I'm not trying to plug myself or anything, but I'm just getting at that there's so much that was stuffed in that trailer that it made me just gush about it for like close to an hour. But I don't want to do that here.
I'm still gushing about it.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But what I particularly liked about it, because there's so much, and I kind of want to throw it to you, just any thoughts, but like the main thing that I kind of liked about it is that they confirmed some stuff in it, and it's entire other conversation, but I'm glad that there wasn't any big spoilers, at least in my opinion. I know that's a big debate right now, I feel like, in the Kingdom Hearts community, but I feel like there wasn't any big spoilers in that trailer. There's something else that we'll talk about later, potentially, but yeah, that was the thing I liked about that trailer. It was like, oh, okay, if that was the final trailer for this game, dope. That was good.
You know it's not going to be the final trailer. Like Jump Festa will be
Of course
the final banger. But
if it was,
yeah, I'd be fine if that was the last one. But
yeah.
I think I don't know. I was sort of neutral when the trailers dropped, just because, or at least initially, because we already knew Big Hero 6 was going to be a world in Kingdom Hearts 3. So the fact that they're showing off the world wasn't too big for me, especially since I didn't watch Big Hero 3 or Big Hero 6. So
Big Hero 3.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, because I didn't watch it, but I was like, okay, that could be an interesting concept. Maybe after Kingdom Hearts 3, I'll watch the movie. You know, give it a shot.
Oh, dude, I'd watch it before, just because it takes place after the movie.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
Yeah. And I was just so taken away by like how everything happened so fast, like all the really important stuff.
Yeah.
That I had to look back at it, and then like I saw Limit Form say that you know, what we thought was, or what is Riku we thought was Shion, and I was like, Shion better not be Norded, because that would
that
would
was a conversation
suck.
everybody was having. Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't Shion though. I'm kind of glad it wasn't.
Me too.
Yeah, because she's gonna appear in the game, but I feel like that would have been not like emotionally too much, but I feel like it just would have been like, let's let's focus on how we're bringing Shion back.
Yeah.
Not her being ignored. Let's figure out how we're bringing her back. Like, period.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
And the fact that Coded is apparently being made relevant to Kingdom Hearts 3 is
Right.
It's weird. It's like a sin.
Well, so you say sin, like how do you feel about that? Like, that's a good question. How do you feel about that? Like, it being like part of the relevancy of 3?
So I am one of those people that don't hate it as much, don't hate Recoded as much as like a lot of other people, but the way it is story-wise compared to all the other games, it doesn't have that much importance, and I just didn't think that game would really be something really important in Kingdom Hearts 3. I thought Nomura made it just to, like, you know, give himself more time to work on the other games. I honestly thought he made
Filler.
that game for that. It's filler. It's a filler game. So, but I mean, it does inspire people to look at the game that people keep telling them, oh no, you can just skip this entirely. It gives them a reason to look at it. It's like, oh, okay, this happened. Okay, now I know everything.
Right. Yeah. For me, I kind of like that it's being included because, well, it's weird. It's a very love-hate relationship because on a personal level, I don't necessarily care that it's being included. But I admit, kind of as like a fan or something, it's neat to me because it really makes it feel like this is the culmination of everything instead of just it being a flat sequel, you know?
Yeah.
Like we see Birth by Sleep in there, obviously. That's probably the most significant like side title, but remnants of Chain of Memories, remnants of 358, like everything is in this, and it's like Recoded was the only one that was absent. So now it's like it's part of it too.
Right.
So in that aspect, I don't want to say like it, but I kind of respect that it's in. You know, I respect that decision to make it the true culmination of everything that's happened. So there's that. But yeah, I don't personally care.
Right.
Personally, Data Riku only because there's so many Rikus at this point. There's so many Soras.
We have
so many
3
Rikus. There's so many
Rikus.
this, that, you know.
And at least like the other Soras aren't all named Sora. You know, there's Roxas, and then there's Naminé, and then there's Vanitas. You know, they're not all named Sora.
Yeah. Yep. It blows my mind. I don't. So that's why it's like If there's any other Rikus in this, the less the better. That's the only part. Otherwise, Data, go for it. Go all over Recode. That's fine. I kind of like it at that point. But Data Riku's the only thing that I'm just kind of like, that. But then again, you tease it in Dream Drop Distance, so it's like you had that in mind, I guess. But
We all know Nomura doesn't plan things that far in advance, though.
no, I just finished Metal Gear Solid. Kojima plans that far in advance, not Nomura.
Right. Let's see what else is there. I know there's been a lot of talk about that apparent Sora x Kairi moment that was in the trailer. Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm so happy about
Like
that shit.
it's like because I played Kingdom Hearts 2 when it first came out, and I was like 8 years old. So, and the fact that it wasn't like it was something that was forced. It was something that they alluded to since the first game. And so it was like, okay, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, I thought it was the last one. I was like, okay, but nothing's happened. Like, they hugged, but is that as far as they'll go? Because they're teenagers, and in my mind, you should have already had your first kiss by the time you were 13. So it's that was in my mind.
Dude. You should have had your first kiss when you were 13. Like,
but
get it, Sora, get it.
It's like, you're late to the game, man. But and so when I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay, so maybe Kingdom Hearts 1 will, like, it establishes something, Then Kingdom Hearts 2 will sort of take it a couple steps up there, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 will solidify it.
That's what I would want, because everybody talks about all the time being like, oh, they need a kiss, they need a kiss, they need a kiss, and I get that aspect, but to me, it's not necessarily that I want to see them kiss, even though I love that. It's more of just I want to see
Something established.
ship. I want to see the ship, you know. I want to see those moments that we haven't gotten in years, literally years. There's nothing since Kingdom Hearts 2.
Right. Right.
And so I want to see that again. If they kiss, great, but like I just want to see them sitting like on Destiny Islands watching the sunset. Oh wait, that's in the trailer. So I was just like,
not to mention
so
that
happy.
illustration that people think is going to be the title menu screen for Kingdom Hearts 3. It shows Sora holding a Paopu fruit, and this Paopu fruit apparently already has a bite taken out of it. So yeah, if you look at it, there's a bite taken out of it. So if that bite was from Kairi, and he bites it, then that they'll finally do the Paopu thing. So there's that.
I'm literally like, I'm on my PC right now looking at it because I don't believe it. I don't remember seeing that.
Dude, look at it.
I know I have this picture on here somewhere, and I'm like, I need to fact check this. Where'd it go? I had it. Whatever. I'm gonna call BS to that, but
You can look at it
pretty
after
sure there wasn't
this.
a bite taken out of it, but whatever. If there was, then it was Kairi. If it wasn't Kairi, then it's Riku.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Is there anything else from the trailer you want to bring up that you thought was like a big highlight?
Okay,
I
let
know
me
there's
try
a
to
few
think
things,
of,
but
highlight. Because there's so much, but I'm one of the few that. No, actually, I'll touch upon that later. Highlight. I mean, it was great to finally see, as the Gamer Joint said, the bald man.
Oh my god, it's the bald man! It's the look at those wrinkles!
It's the bald man.
oh right.
Basically, Xehanort finally in like the Unreal 4 engine. 'Cause
He scared
we
his
have not
girlfriend.
seen him. Period. What'd you say?
He scared his girlfriend in their house.
You all good? Holy shit, Jared!
What's wrong with me?
I just that's my favorite part of that video is it's the bald man. It's like you know exactly who that is. Why would you call it the bald man? but that's like the funniest part. But it was great to see him. That was definitely a highlight. Even if it was just one shot, and he's voicing, which makes me. I really want to hear this game in English because you know we don't got Leonard Nimoy anymore. We hear Mickey's new voice actor. There's a lot of voice actors that are no longer with Kingdom Hearts or have passed. So it's gonna be very interesting in that aspect. Like, there's a potential shot in the trailer where we see Ansem, like the actual Ansem, you know?
Yeah.
And forget the actor's name, but he's no longer with us anymore either. So it's there's a lot of voice actors that are not there anymore. So it's gonna be interesting to hear the difference. So
Yeah, and like that was one thing I was really wondering about after I heard that Leonard Nimoy and the Japanese voice actor for Xehanort had both passed. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I've only heard Master Xehanort in Japanese a couple times, and from what I heard from like Birth by Sleep, and from what I hear now, it's spot on. Like you can't even tell that this is a totally different person.
that's cool.
But I'm wondering, can they do the same for the English? Because I can
Yeah.
understand if they can't get it because someone passes
Yeah.
away, you that's out of your control.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, are they going to be able to find somebody who can closely match Leonard Nimoy's voice? It'll be like the same as trying to find a second Mark Hamill. You know, a voice like Mark Hamill, you really have to look hard for that.
Yeah, which I'm curious if we're gonna hear that voice in the game.
I heard Drake Bell is doing the younger
he's doing the young one.
Ericus.
Yep.
So Drake Bell and Kingdom Hearts, that's something.
You can hear him. It's 100% in the original 2015 trailer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
totally
I can hear it. I was like, wow, because I used to
it
watch
just
this guy on
nobody realized
Nickelodeon.
it, like 3 years later. Which is funny because I've heard him voice act a lot, and I don't know how I didn't recognize that, but because I especially liked him doing Spider-Man, but whatever. Anyways, yeah. So that was I'm excited for Big Hero 6. I think it was great to see gameplay of that. I think either Tangled or Big Hero 6 are gonna be my 2 favorite Disney worlds. Just because I love color, and I feel like those 2 places are gonna have more color. But yeah. What about you? What anything that comes to mind? I mean, there's a lot that comes to mind. That's why I'm like,
I know one thing that comes to mind. Sora's MP bar is way too long. It is. Like,
it could just be for the gameplay, though. I don't know. It could
no,
be
but
late
that
in
was
the game.
shown a multitude of times, though, and I think that was also shown in the trailer where Sora fights Aqua, which we're gonna talk about that in a second. But it's like, are those endgame stats? Because you can see in 0.2, your MP charge rate is proportional to how much MP you actually have. It's not the same recharge time as it was in Kingdom Hearts 2. So it's like, if that isn't endgame stats, then it's just gonna get longer, and that can prove to be really, really troublesome if you try to use a cure
Or we might
against
have
a really hard
troublesome
boss.
enemies. You know, we might have troublesome enemies to combat that. You never know.
Who's gonna be the secret boss in Kingdom Hearts 3? That's
That's a great question.
because
But
if you try to beat someone like Terra, then he's got to be a monster. Let's talk about Vanitas, Land of Departure, and Ventus.
okay.
So it's weird not seeing Vanitas in his organization coat, first of all, when he's at the Land of Departure, but I think that's kind of petty.
I love West Coast so much. I'm doing that now.
Like, I thought he was cool, but then, like, I played again on the PS3 on 2.5, and I was like, wow, you really are a dick. Like, there was like a brief moment where in the trailer you see Vanitas in the Land of Departure. Aqua is laying down at his feet, and there's like a barrier around him, and he looks like he's about to stab Aqua with his Keyblade in the same fashion that he was going to in Birth by Sleep, only to be stopped by Ventus, you know, because he was
Right.
frozen, but apparently his anger like made his blood boil in a literal sense. So but then you see, if you look at the seeds, you see the seed is flashing, or like it's emitting a light. So maybe this is the moment Ventus wakes up. And because there's also a scene where it's like right before the Sora Kairi sitting on a papu tree, you see Sora about to perform a dive to the heart at Ventus's heart. So maybe he goes with Aqua, and so Aqua maybe walls herself from Sora and Ventus to keep Vanitas away from him, while Sora goes ahead and wakes him up. And so while Vanitas is about to kill Aqua, because apparently she gets bodied, Ventus will wake up in the nick of time to save his quote brother from killing his friend. What do you think about that?
So honestly, that was your show right there. because the thing with me, and it's potentially a video I might hit on my channel with its like own topic, but like I'm doing my best to not even like guess or theorize, because I just don't need to. I just don't. I think the only thing off that scene that I have comments off of is mostly just because and I don't care if other people do it, it's fine. In fact, sometimes I'll tune in on it, but for me it's just like I'm just excited. But I just love seeing the man without his cloak. because I love his freaking outfit so much, and it's the main other comment I have is that it's confusing now. It's confusing now to see Aqua in 2 different states. Which is
Right.
just
That
so
is
many
another
people are
thing.
talking like, oh, maybe there's another Aqua. Oh, maybe there's a
What?
2 or split. It's another like, version of
that's
Vanitas.
right. Some people were theorizing that Aqua went through the same process that Ventus did that created
yep.
Vanitas. But no, because first of all, that almost killed Ventus. Second of all, that Aqua wouldn't have a face. Speaking of Aqua, let's talk about the fight we're apparently going to have against her. My queen. My queen.
But yeah, during the stream I was watching Japan stuff, and when that came up, the second it came out, I'm just like, no,
Oh, that's right, you did do that.
dude. I was like, I don't want to have it. But the thing that happened anyways afterwards, I just saw, Twitter and thumbnails and blah blah blah. I was like, okay, there's no point in trying to hide from anything like that. At least if you're a fan that has that in, Google search or anything like that.
Right.
So I'm kind of trying to block it out of my mind, but I'll still like say any thoughts that I got on it, just being that I don't know, man. I'm just salty about that. That is probably the only spoiler that I'm legitimately salty about. I did not want to know that. Who knows? Maybe she's a secret boss. Maybe she's like a side boss. Maybe it's not actually part of the story. It could be. But
That's an interesting thought.
because the introduction of it looks like it's a side boss. It looks like it because it's not like a cinematic cutscene. It's just the camera's like rotating as if it's just like a boss fight's about to start instead of it being a scene. So,
right.
So maybe that's a situation. Maybe it's like the Zodiac Aqua from 0.2, but I didn't need to know about it. That's enough. You're not gonna get any theorizing out of me. The only comment I got is I didn't need to know about it. If other people are hyped about it, great, that's fine. But I did not need to know about that. If you're excited about it, I apologize. But I'm excited for it, but I just didn't need to know it. So
I mean, I was pretty hyped, but I think I think it was the day after. Yeah, it was the day after. I uploaded a video, and I opened up with, "What the F are you doing, Nomura? You can't do this." What the f*** are you doing, Nomura? You can't do this. And so I did lay out some theorizing, because if you look at a previous trailer, you see Riku and Mickey coming back to the mysterious tower. And so, but Sora's still in his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. So, and I've sort of pieced this together over the next weeks. I theorized that Yensid decides Sora is the best bet to go get Aqua. So he gives Sora some new clothes that will protect him from the darkness. And then he, Donald, and Goofy will go to the realm of darkness to find Aqua, and that'll end up causing the boss fight. And then, because we see Aqua is fine in the realm of darkness, she's not Norded. So, and I can't believe that's a word now. But like, look it up on Urban Dictionary. Norded, it's a thing now.
God.
If you look it up on Urban Dictionary, it's a thing now. But she's not Norded, so maybe Sora, helps her, like gets the Xehanorts out of her heart.
Probably. Yeah, no comment. It's like I said, dude. Like, but what I will say is that it's interesting because, like you said, it's mostly just because of that one shot where Riku and Mickey are walking in when Sora's in his Cage 2 outfit. That makes trying to put this together timeline-wise very interesting. That definitely makes it interesting because just that one shot. If they didn't include that one shot, then you wouldn't have any guess.
I would have no idea what to think.
But just that one shot gives you basis to like have a guess.
A theorizer's mind. It goes wild when you give us something.
But anyway, so we'll see about that.
So what were one of the things that you wanted to talk about that you said let's save to the end?
Yeah. So I see. I don't feel like enough people are talking about the gummy ship crap because like there's a lot of folks that didn't care for it. There's a lot of folks that didn't care for it in 1 and 2, but I actually loved it. I spent way too much time with it, particularly in 1, trying to like 100% the game to like get the S rank or whatever and all the world's paths or whatever. And I love that crap. So they, during, I believe it was Square Enix's panel, they showed like very extended, like a straight up minute of at least like gummy ship stuff, and I was if Pepper gets you hyped, then there was Pepper on me. I don't know, but I was excited for that, dude, because I love and you see it in the whole what should be the final trailer debate, whatever. You see it in that trailer. There's like a 5-6 second portion where you see the gummy ship is moving in like open space. It is clearly not on a defined path. It is clearly like going wherever it wants. And the second I saw that, I don't know, I don't know.
See,
like,
and like when I thought about that, I was like, okay, that's an interesting concept. But that means that you're gonna have to make every single, like, you have to make the world map huge.
And that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know what well, because they said that there's gonna be an exploration mode and there's gonna be a common mode or something. There's 2 different modes.
I think you can see that with the gummy ship. It's like the HUDs for one screen is different from the other. It's like one has score, one really doesn't. You see the gummy ship sort of circling around an enemy, so I'm guessing that's combat mode. And then like where you get the money and all the other stuff, that's as exploration mode. I just feel like whenever I start a video game, like a brand new video game, even if it's like a game series that I know, I'm an idiot because I'll get lost in the world map and I just know it. Like,
yeah,
like the new world will open and I was like, okay, where do I go? I have no idea how to get there.
I see where you're getting at. I see, but that's what I was getting at is I don't think it's gonna be, cause excuse me, I think the new Ratchet and Clank, they had a similar system where you could just literally fly all over the galaxy and it wasn't like a menu where you select where you're going. I think you could do that, but you had the option to just free roam to wherever you wanted to go. And I don't think they're gonna do that. I think what they're gonna do is you have a free roam version in between each path. No, that might not make sense. But this is what I mean. It's like I want more of that shit. 'Cause we could. I get what the combat's like now. I get what the story's like now. I don't know how the world map's gonna look like though. I don't need to see it, but I'm down to see it. I'm down to see more of the gummy ship stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just curious how this exploration mode is gonna work, because we already configure how let's just call it the combat mode, whatever is gonna work. It's gonna be like what we're used to. But the exploration one, I don't know. It could be like you're saying, where it could be a daunting thing where it's a little bit overwhelming, or it could just be in between each world. Who knows? But I'm stoked for it.
Right.
There is some potential reasons to be nervous, yeah, but I doubt that you'll have to go to each world like that. I doubt that they'll make it that's how you get around. I'm sure there's still like the fast travel way to just select a world or something like that.
And I think there should be. I think there really should be, because Kingdom Hearts 1 had a warp drive, like after a certain amount of worlds, so you can immediately. It's like if you didn't want to fly from world to world, just to get to like one, like say if you're from Travis Town trying to get to Hollow Bastion, you can just warp over there, not have to worry about anything else. But yeah, I mean, I was never really a big fan of the gummy ships. I liked them in Kingdom Hearts 2. Not gonna lie, it was pretty cool in Kingdom Hearts 2. But considering that's the only game where I like the gunship section, I was like, I was kind of stoked to see it when it first appeared in the trailers, but I was more concerned about the gameplay in the actual world and the story.
Which honestly makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
that's what Square should be concerned about. Because, like you said, like that the gummy ship stuff isn't the reason why fans go to Kingdom Hearts. It's just part of the main entries, I guess.
Galaga.
Dude! Oh my god, they got like a model of one of the ships that's like from the Square team. That's I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm that's the
So why don't we talk about this thing in Kingdom Hearts?
You have PlayStation VR, you suck.
Yes, I do. let's talk about that because it doesn't seem like much. So it seems like all you'll be able to do is watch some clips from various Kingdom Hearts games and hack and slash different Heartless with a virtual Keyblade that come near you. So I guess something like the loading screens for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, except they add cutscenes.
I don't even know if there will be cutscenes. I don't think there might even be cutscenes.
I think that's what they were conveying. I think that's what Nomura said when he talked about VR. But he also said it isn't anything super big, so that they don't divulge some of their attention from Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm not expecting it to be much, but I'm still expecting it to be something decent.
Was it
gonna...
set to be free?
Yeah, it's gonna be free. It's coming.
Okay, then yeah, don't expect too much.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming in the holiday season. First Kingdom Hearts thing that's free besides Union Cross.
Right. Yeah. What I'm actually curious about, like, I'm not really expecting much from it. It might be just kind of something neat, you know. But what I'm really curious about is how they're doing this whole orchestra VR, because they advertised that very heavily there.
Yeah.
And they still are. They're like, experience this exclusive Kingdom Hearts orchestra through VR, and I'm just like, what exactly do you mean? Is this gonna be live? Like,
I think it
during the
is, and I think they might be planning on showing something important, so that's why they're making a big deal out of it. Because a lot of people did complain about the premiere event, and not just because people got to play the demo first. Like, I don't want to call out anybody's name, but there was a particular Kingdom Hearts YouTuber who basically was disrespecting other people because they got to play it and not him. But anyway, people were complaining because, you know, it was invite only, and a lot of the experiences, like the trailer, no one else got to see it. A lot of people were pretty upset about that, not to mention stuff about the orchestra. If you didn't go, like if you weren't in these major cities where it was, you couldn't even think about seeing it firsthand, anything like that, because it wasn't live. So they're probably doing this as some sort of makeup. Although I think a real makeup would be a public demo.
They would never do that. They would never do it. And I'm going to defend that. They would never do it, because if they did, then there would be coders and stuff that would pull stuff from it.
Yeah, and I understand why Nomura said not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to be salty about that.
Because I don't want anybody spoiling the game. But yet, Aqua vs. Sora.
Apparently, if he put that in there, it's not too big story-wise. So he's being very careful about spoilers. So you really got to think about that. If he's showing it, then it's not that big.
And I believe that. It's just, it's. My example is that there's a lot of people, like, in their reactions to when Monsters Inc. was actually revealed, not leaked, but when it was revealed.
Oh, right, that leak
it was
that
not
happened.
as big of a reaction for the community, because everybody was like, "Oh, look at that leak! Like, people were stoked, but they knew about it firsthand. So that's what
some
I'm
people
getting
say
at.
that's why Nomura delayed the game.
Anyhow, the cute Funko Pops or whatever app, that thing is super important to Kingdom Hearts 3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then Square Enix's panel, they had about 15 or 20 minutes worth devoted to showing this cutesy chibi Disney.
Oh, the
something.
Disney Tsum Tsum?
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
this
Tsum
is
Tsum.
very important to Kingdom Hearts 3. If you're watching
Funko
this,
Pops are
this
these.
is very, very important to Kingdom Hearts 3, because this app, you see, it's not.
No, I was about to say, what the heck are you talking about? No, it's not. Why don't we talk about the Kingdom Hearts 3 box art?
Yes.
So,
You probably have like theorizing up the butt for that.
actually, I don't.
You don't
I
really.
don't, because the only thing I can take away from this that because it is good. I'm not gonna lie, but the
Yeah.
only thing you can possibly think about something else is the Darkling that is in the box art, and it's holding some kind of star. Because I'm looking at it right now on my phone.
Yeah.
It's my phone wallpaper. So
Yeah, same. Yeah.
show me. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like I can't even like theorize about that because it's just a Darkling. So
What I really like about that is that it felt kind of like it feels so. I've heard people say this already, but to me it just does. It feels so much like a callback to the first game's cover.
how?
Well, with everybody standing vertically, or not standing, but just kind of like having this thing that they're looking at. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 2, they were all kind of looking different directions and
Yeah.
like straightforward and stuff. But in 1, they're all like kind of glancing at the sky and they're shaded. And there
Well,
is
except for
also
Riku.
a guard.
Well, except for
What?
Riku, but that was sort of
Yeah, he was just, like,
foreshadowing,
being cool,
a
whatever.
foreshadowing to him being an antagonist. But
Yeah, and there's also like a gargoyle thing at the bottom of the screen or something similar to the Darkling or whatever. Like I don't think it looks exactly the same, but it's just if it resembles any cover in the game, I personally feel like it looks like that.
I see what you mean. You know, it is cool to see all the characters all together. So
Yeah.
the Disney trio, the Destiny trio, the Keyblade trio, the Seesaw trio, and Naminé. You know, they're unfortunately Naminé is not in any sort of trio, but still, it's like they're all together. So it's like it kind of makes me think, oh well, I guess everybody's coming back by the end. Everybody's coming back.
I love the joke that people are saying, like comparing this to Smash Ultimate, going everyone is here.
It's Kingdom Hearts Ultimate. They're
It's Kingdom
all
Hearts Ultimate,
here.
everyone's here. But it's I like the cover. I don't have, like you said, I don't have too much theorizing or anything. Like I love the little detail of the clock tower. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that right away too.
That's really cool. It's funny. I freaked out during my stream when they actually showed like officially this is the box art with like the Xbox, PlayStation.
I wasn't streaming when that showed up, but like I recorded a video immediately after. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh.
Well, see, I was doing that, but the reason I was doing that was because it was such a stupid reason. I'm just like, oh my god, they added a drop shadow to the logo.
I heard you say that. That was so dumb.
I was so excited about that instead of the actual cover.
You were more excited about a drop shadow being added.
because it looks so plastered on before. That's the reason. It looks so plastered on before, like as if it's just randomly put on, and I'm just like, it doesn't. That looks like an amateur just slapped it on, which it probably was. It was probably just people on the internet putting it on.
Kind of
But then I
petty
see
if
the
you
official
ask me. Kind
Dude,
of
the official
petty.
cover, they added it. I was just like, frick yeah!
Oh my god.
I was worried that was the official thing. Thank God for you proving me wrong. Awesome. But yeah, the cover is great. I love how colorful it is. I really like it. I don't love it. And that's just because to me I feel like it's a little bit too busy. But yet I understand why it's too busy. And what I mean by busy is that there's so much going on it, with the amount of characters. And the placement of it too kind of felt a little bit too easy to me. Like I like how in Kingdom Hearts 1 they're all kind of like making this pyramid, and in 2 they got like they're all looking their different ways and just in a simple like white background, and even like the side titles, you know, it felt like everything was placed more cinematically, whereas this one it just kind of seems not lazy but just too symmetrical.
Right.
I don't know, it's just the placement of things. It seemed a little bit too easy. The art's great, but
I kind of had the feeling that in the Kingdom Hearts 3 box art, Sora would be lying down because if you look at the Kingdom Hearts 1 box art, he's standing, and if you look at the Kingdom Hearts 2 box art, he's sitting. So I thought he was going to be like lying down, but no, he's standing again. But I also want to point out it's really cool to see Kairi with her Keyblade.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't no damsel in distress anymore.
Yeah,
She's
which is what
bringing the
everybody's
pain.
hoping for.
She's bringing the pain.
She's bringing pain.
Let's see. Last thing I want to talk about is Roxas.
I knew this was coming up.
So I'm pretty sure I've stated this before on my channel a multitude of times, but Roxas is my favorite character in Kingdom
really?
Hearts. Yes. And I liked him. I initially liked him, like, because I saw the Kingdom Hearts secret ending when I was a little kid. I was like, wow, this guy's dual wielding Keyblades. That's so cool. And that made me look into the character, and then I got to play Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I played Kingdom Hearts 3 for 8 over 2 days. I was like, wow, I really like this character. I think this guy's my favorite character.
Yeah.
So, and what's funny, me and my brother have this sort of feud going on because his favorite character is Riku. And so they both fought, and then Roxas won one round, and then Riku won the other. So it's like if they were to fight again, what would happen? So, but apparently from what Nomura said, Roxas is one of the biggest secrets in Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's what I was gonna say.
So that's why he has refrained from showing him until literally 5 months before the game even comes out. So, it makes me wonder, what is Roxas of all people? Why is he so important? Because I like the guy, but in terms of importance to the Kingdom Hearts, I would think it would be someone like Sora, obviously, or Riku, or maybe even Kairi, or Mickey, or Xehanort, or even Aqua. But Roxas, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, and I would kind of say the same thing. And I'm glad you brought up that point about Nomura saying the whole, like, he's our biggest kept secret or whatever. It could just potentially be because, you know, Sora's the link to everything. He's got Piece of Vent's heart. He's got his two nobodies. That one of them is kind of based off Kairi because Nomura writing.
I explained that in my nobody video, so that helped a lot of people.
Yeah, but Sora's like kind of like that key connection, and because of that, in a way, maybe Roxas is too, because Roxas is Sora's nobody, and he also takes the appearance of Ven because of the whole Piece of Ven's heart and Sora, blah blah blah. So maybe it's like Sora, one, he wants to mend the hurt that that trio had, you know, Axel or Lee, whichever one you want to call him, Shion and Roxas. But also maybe he can't necessarily do what he needs to do without bringing Roxas back or something. It's kind of like two birds with one stone. There's an emotional reason why I should bring him back.
Well, they need more guardians.
Huh?
They need more guardians. So
yeah. But at this point, I don't know. I definitely felt like Roxas's story got pretty wrapped up. And the trio, the Burt Bessie trio and the 358 trio, they have sad outcomes, and I guess maybe the point of the game is just to be like,
to help them get out of that sad ending.
Yeah, so I guess that would be a reason he comes back, and plus I'm guessing he's also like a big fan favorite too, and it's like
yeah, and Nomura knows that Roxas is one of the most well-liked characters.
Yeah, so and in this game it's like, well, let's just bring everybody back, you know. So
they're all here.
You can't make sense of it. You can't. That's why I don't theorize or guess about it, because I'm just like, look, I adore this franchise, but I'm not gonna defend making sense of it.
I used to be a defender, but now I was like, okay, if something is actually not making sense and I can't explain it, then yeah, it's bad storytelling.
Yeah. you play them for other reasons, but if you've stuck with it for so long, you just learn to accept it and love it.
You just learn to move on. Just
Yeah.
let it be.
Um,
Don't fight
but yeah,
it.
I got to comment off of Roxas. Just we'll see what his part is in the story.
Yeah.
So
And like, I'm just wondering, why does Xemnas and Ansem want Roxas back as badly as Sora? Because we can guess why Sora wants Roxas back so bad, because he feels like it's an obligation. But Xemnas, he should know the one thing Roxas wants besides to get his friends back is to kill him. So
Xehanort is a clever man, my dude.
I know he is clever. I know.
He's a very bald man, and this bald
Bald man.
has a plot brewing that involves more than 13 people for some weird reason.
Even though
And,
you established in Dream Drop Distance it was 13.
dude, I don't know. Xehanort is secretly Nomura actually going, you thought you had sense of it. So, yeah, no idea as to why they would want Roxas, but because none of them got Keyblades, or do they? They're all supposed to have Keyblades, but not one of them has one yet. At least
Well,
that we
apparently
see.
Xemnas could always wield the Keyblade, but he just chose not to.
I did hear that.
So-
But that's the thing. I did hear that. That is not shown or established in the games.
But there's also one thing that someone else pointed out to me during one of my videos. They stated that Roxas was dual wielding, but that shouldn't be possible. That shouldn't.
I don't even want to know why you're saying
I don't know why I'm saying it either. I'm just gonna wait till the game comes out. But oh, last thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna be the other playable character?
That's a really good question. Because, and that's kind of backtracking too, because this is just something that was announced a while ago. I mean, it depends on the scope of the playable character, because if it's like a one-time thing, then my money would be on Ericus, because I believe it's been established that the port scene is the intro to the game, and they've also said that Twilight Town is going to be the tutorial of the game as well, which we all thought it was going to be Olympus. So because of those two statements, I'm like, Ericus, and somehow we're going to be in Twilight. So if it was just like a one-time thing, my money would be on Ericus. But if it's like a continuous thing that's maybe like once every other level or every world there's like a segment or something like that you just play this other person, I don't know. What if it's like a big twist, and what if that's Roxas's role to play? He's got some other things.
Right.
My money would be on Ericus, and it's just like a one-time thing, and that's what he means. If it's built up to be something more, though, then no clue.
So, let's see, cause I actually had a talk about this with my brother a few days ago, and cause he heard about the other playable character as well, and so like I said, his favorite character is Riku. So he's like, well, I'm betting on Riku, and and that's the safest bet, and it makes the most sense, especially when you look at the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers and him and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness. And then I said Roxas is also a possibility. Ericus is also a possibility. Kyrie could potentially be one. I would say Aqua 0.2 wasn't already a thing, which apparently that was a part of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes,
So, so what I kind of just came up with this thought. Maybe after each world, you have the option to play as some other character for some other, side story that's involved with Kingdom Hearts 3. So, like, say you finish Frozen, and then you can now play as Riku. Or you finish Big Hero 6, and you now play as Roxas. Or you finish Olympus, and now you play as Ericus. Or something like that. Because that way, they wouldn't have to spend too much time establishing, you know, a really solid second playable character, since they already have a foundation with Aqua and Sora, so they can just sort of branch that out to other characters, and that way it doesn't take too much time. It's one quick episode, and then that's it for that character. You're going back to Sora. So maybe, maybe.
I don't know. I don't have enough to go off of to really say. But I like that. But I like that personally. I do. That's the kind of crap I like. I like just getting vague details that leave us to guess. But direct confirmations, I don't need that.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that's it, guys. I want to thank Samurai Kibiji for joining me for this video. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So, and actually, what was funny was I was watching your live stream while I was live streaming myself at Tokyo Game Show.
Ridiculous.
Because I thought you had a translator in the in the comment section. No,
Yeah,
but
there's a couple people, but it's because most of my fan base are like fellow weebs, so we're all just like, oh, that means greetings. Like the generally easy stuff.
you watch enough anime, you learn Japanese. But
Yeah, pretty much.
but
Exactly.
yeah, that's gonna do it. Make sure you guys check out Samurai Kibiji's channel. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Check out both our Twitters. And do you have a Twitch?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
Every
check out
Monday.
both our Twitches. Sponsor our channels. This has been Noir, Lilbomber, Samurai Kibiji, and we're out.
Thank you for watching.